Morning everybody, Tuesday morning today, and I hope you've had a good night. Not so bright today. I don't know what the weather forecast is for the day, but I think maybe the sun has gone, but not raining today. Just a bit dull and overcast at the minute. Hope everybody's doing okay still. Not really much to report because still not really much happening. No word about anything really, and I hope that you're managing to find things to fill your day. I did see a picture yesterday on Facebook of saying that someone in the beginning of lockdown was hoovering their carpet in their living room, and now they were so fed up they're actually up on their roof hoovering the tiles on their roof. And I think a lot of people are really coming to that stage now. They've run out of all the things that they thought they would have time to do. They've done all the cleaning out of all the cupboards. They've cleared out everything they can. They've tidied everything they can, and now just really looking for other things to do. I hope that's you, and not like us. We're a wee bit procrastinating and kind of put things off. So been busy doing some things, mostly in the garden. We're hoping that Bill and Hazel are going to come over today. I think Hazel's baked a loaf for us, so we're looking forward to that. We did participate in the quiz last night, and we ended up with the same score as them. So she did threaten us that if we had beaten them, we weren't getting a loaf. So luckily enough, we both ended up with the same score. Not anywhere near winning, I don't think, but it's not really the point. We did have good fun taking part, and ended up a draw between the two of us anyway. We were 1 point ahead of them at one point, and I think they forgot that on Zoom, unless it's muted, everybody can hear, and Billy did say at one point they've got one more point than us, so everybody did laugh at that, but in the end we ended up with the same score, so that's fine. So hopefully this afternoon they're coming over with a loaf that they've baked, and well, it'd be nice to see them. I think we've only seen them twice in the last 3 months, because of course you're not allowed to travel, so a wee bit better today. Reading the story of Joseph this week, and so we'll carry on with that today. And this still Genesis chapter 37, and it's starting at verse 12, when Joseph is sold and taken to Egypt. One day, when Joseph's brothers had gone to Shechem to take care of their father's flock, Jacob said to Joseph, "I want you to go too, where your brothers are taking care of the flock." Joseph answered, "I am ready." His father told him, "Go and see if your brothers are safe and if the flock is all right. Then come back and tell me." So his father sent him on his way from Hebron Valley. Joseph arrived at Shechem and was wandering around in the country when a man saw him and asked him, "What are you looking for?" "I'm looking for my brothers who are taking care of their flock," he answered. "Can you tell me where they are?" The man said, "They have already left. I heard them say that they're going to Dothan." So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him in the distance, and before he reached them, they plotted against him and decided to kill him. They said to one another, "Here comes that dreamer. Come on now, let's kill him and throw his body into one of the dry wells. We can say that a wild animal killed him. Then we will see what becomes of his dreams." Reuben heard them and tried to save Joseph. "Let's not kill him," he said. "Just throw him into this well in the wilderness. But don't hurt him." He said this, planning to save him from them and send him back to his father. When Joseph came up to his brothers, they ripped off his long robe with full sleeves. Then they took him and threw him into the well, which was dry. While they were eating, they suddenly saw a group of Ishmaelites travelling from Gilead to Egypt. Their camels were loaded with spices and raisins. Judah said to his brothers, "What will we gain by killing our brother and covering up the murder? Let's sell him to these Ishmaelites. Then we won't have to hurt him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood." His brothers agreed. And when some Midianite traders came by, the brothers pulled Joseph out of the well and sold him for 20 pieces of silver to the Ishmaelites who took him to Egypt. When Reuben came back to the well and found that Joseph was not there, he tore his clothes in sorrow. He returned to his brothers and said, "The boy is not there. What am I going to do?" Then they killed a goat and dipped Joseph's robe in its blood. They took the robe to their father and said, "We found this. Does it belong to your son?" He recognised it and said, "Yes, it is his. Some wild animal has killed him. My son Joseph has been torn to pieces." Jacob tore his clothes in sorrow and put on sackcloth. He mourned for his son a long time. All his sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted and said, "I will go down to the world of the dead, still mourning for my son." So he continued to mourn for his son Joseph. Meanwhile, in Egypt, the Midianites had sold Joseph to Potiphar, one of the king's officers, who was the captain of the palace guard. Amen. God bless this reading from Genesis chapter 37. So, keep well, keep in touch, keep safe. If you are shielding, then stay shielding for longer. That was a big news yesterday. If you are unfortunately in the shielding category, you have to stay shielding till the end of July. And I know that I know one or two people who have had shielding letters, and two of them are actually teachers at work with me, young girls. I think they are climbing the walls, to be honest. Not everybody who's shielding is old or elderly. And also one of the young photographers that worked with Bill in the Record also is shielding. So there are a number of young people who are having to do that. But the good thing is that from Monday, I think, they can get out for a wee walk. They weren't supposed to be out at all. So I hope you're managing to stay in. Hope you're managing still to get shopping. I hope you're still managing to keep well, and let us know if we can help you with anything. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye everybody. Bye.